Hi, I'm Emmanuel Xavier, and you're watching Out at the Center.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Hey, take your time. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it right. Come on, baby. Let's do it. Let's do it.
This year, the Center turned 25 and has been celebrating the last quarter century of community service with special events and activities. Robert Woodworth, currently the Director of Meeting and Conference Services and Capital Projects, was here at the beginning and sat down with journalist and critic Bill Goldstein to talk about the history of the Center and the building it is housed in. On November 13th, there will be a special event to celebrate Robert's 25 years of service with a reunion of current and former board members.
So we're here to talk about the 25th anniversary of the Center and the building, but one of the striking things is that it's also your 25th anniversary at the Center, so I'm not sure, should I ask first about the building or about you? The whole history of both of these things seems completely intertwined.
Intertwined is exactly it. It's all about the building. And we're getting ready to do the archive exhibit, which is going to open in December. And I'm writing a piece to complement that. And I realize it's all about talking about what's happened to the building, because as you tell the building story, you tell the institutional story, then you actually tell a community story. It was a school building, which meant it had big spaces with tall ceilings, large windows, built in the 19th century. And so the idea that had come right after Stonewall about the need for a community center could be met. So you could put people in and you could have a dance, you could have a meeting, you could do the kinds of things that people wanted to do and had been wanting to do ever since Stonewall.
And what attracted you to the Center when you first came to work here as a consultant in 1983? Because that was the very beginning of the Center.
The very beginning. It's what I call one of my 1940s movie plot life experiences. I was doing part-time consulting in a couple of different areas at the time. And right then there'd been this organizing activity to create the Community Council of Lesbian and Gay Organizations. And it was just sort of a happenstance. And I was in a position to be able to do it. The opportunity arose and sort of leapt at it. When the deal was finally struck with the city to buy the building, part of the deal was a grant of $50,000 to hire an architect to plan to renovate it. The first thing that she did was do a needs assessment based on talking to us, talking to other organizations, and figuring out, like, what do we need? And the conclusion was, building's not big enough. So as of 1980...
It's still not big enough.
It's
I think
still
some
not,
of the
yes,
banging
exactly.
we're hearing is
right,
that it's being reconstructed and expanded now.
Yeah.
So.
Right now we're replacing the roof.
We flash forward, we're celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Center. And what have been some of the ways that you have been involved in marking the 25th anniversary of the Center?
One thing that we were very clear about 2 years ago, as we were anticipating the 25th anniversary, is that it couldn't be one event. It wasn't like have a dinner sometime and that would be it. Because the place is too big, the programs are too diverse, the community that we serve is too diverse, and so what we really need to do is mark the year. We've also focused on on trying to make some events that are really community-wide. So we built a homecoming around the conclusion of Breaking the Cycle, which is the AIDS fundraising bike ride that we do, which happened a week ago. Out Music came in to do performers on the third floor as kind of an open house, welcome back kind of event. And the diversity, like we did a Chinese film festival. We did another festival for black lesbian films. It's hard to even pick a couple because you know you're going to forget it. Right. Another raft full of other things. But the other important part of 25 is not that you acknowledge what you did, but you think about what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. And it all circles back, in my mind, to Irving Cooperberg, who, as the first president of the Center, always told us, he said, we deserve to have the best, and we're building for the generations after AIDS.
I understand that there's a board reunion coming up, a 25th anniversary reunion of surviving members of the first and continuing boards of the Center. Can you tell me what you're thinking about as this massive gathering gets underway?
Well, I'm really hoping that a lot of people get to come back because there are a lot of people dispersed. I mean, when you add up everybody who's ever been on the board, I think it's a couple of hundred people. But I've known every board member from the founding board till now. An amazing collection of people, and the role has changed. It's really fascinating to see, as the building has changed, as we have evolved our programs, how the board has moved from meeting once a week and buying the first filing cabinet and the first answering machine, I mean literally, and then figuring out where to get the banner made to march in the Pride Parade in June, to being a fundraising strategic planning board today.
So 25 years ago when you signed on as a consultant, could you have imagined that 25 years later you would still be working at the center?
I've been able to be here for 25 years because I haven't had the same job. You know, every couple of years it has morphed into something else. So it isn't like doing the same thing for 25 years, it's about doing a million things for 25 years in a slightly different fashion, but all within this umbrella, this great, wonderful vision about an institution that's going to both reflect the community and support the community in ways that we don't even know for sure going forward, but where we know we have a place to start from and a place to receive the wisdom of the community in terms of what we need to do next.
Board of Directors and the Center volunteers.
And that's all for this excerpt of Out at the Center. If you want to see the full show, check it out on our website at gaycenter.org/out. Until next time, I'm Emmanuel Xavier. Goodbye.